I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan. Esteemed elders, Bhagwan's students, Ajnish and Sudesh, sisters and brothers, and also to our dear friend Faiz who put this together, the programs. Thank you so much for giving me a small opportunity to stand in your divine presence and to say a few words to you. Brother Ajnish has just regaled us and inspired us with very inspiring devotional songs. And so for me to come and speak, I have to be very careful. What topic to speak? I didn't know that I had to speak, but nothing else can be said but what is currently happening in our lives and in Swami's world. Let me start by saying this. Bhagwan is all-pervasive. He's perfect. He's eternal. And don't you ever doubt this. I can say this because of my experiences, because of the little experiences that I have had in my existence. I can say this with optimum faith and conviction. Then why is this that is happening? I love the way Ajnish expressed it and saw it through his eyes. I think I share the same sentiments. Maybe Bhagwan has reached a point where some things need to give, and this is what has happened. A month ago I was in Prashanti. I was called here by Mr. Chakravarti to have a very special meeting with him and also with Professor Venkataramanan. I'm doing some special project with these people and I'm also working with the digital studios. It was an emergency meeting. When I got to Puttaparthi, I found out as the car was coming into the ashram, I saw Bhagwan on the veranda. Only to find out from Sri Vedanarayanji that Swami hadn't come out on the veranda for 15 days. He was just giving darshan in the car. And he started on that day. I felt very fortunate. And Bhagwan, for the 7 days I was in Parthi, I had 6 times darshan of Bhagwan. He came out also on the morning before I left. Not for me, but I was very fortunate to enjoy 6 beautiful days of darshan. After I left, 1 week after, I found out Bhagwan was hospitalized. I met the elders of the organization because I am also part of the council, of the US Council. And I spoke with Mr. Chakravarti for a very long time, and he spoke a lot, the first, about Sai organizational matters. Some of which I promised that I will share in Port of Spain tomorrow, because I was asked to sit for a while. But when speaking to Professor Venkataramanan, that is the gentleman who is the former Vice Chancellor of the university, he's also an individual who, together with Sri Chakravarti ji and Mr. Giri, 3 former Vice Chancellors, they usually have what is called dinner with Swamis on evening. And once Swami is available and his health is okay, they will go and have dinner with Swami. So I was asking Vice Chancellor, former Vice Chancellor, and Professor Venkatraman, I said, sir, how is Swami? Oh, Swami is not talking much. I'm sorry I have to say this, but I'm going to say it. I said, so why is Swami not talking much? And this is what he said. He said, Swami said, I have been talking for all these years, but nobody's listening. That is why he's not talking. Straight away, he said, I've been talking for all these years, but nobody's listening. So why should I talk? I said, really, sir? But what I found out in my work there, and Swami, I take your permission to say this, because I'm working with some of the top people in the world, I found out that they don't even talk to each other. They don't even speak to each other. Yet they're working in Swami's organization, sitting close to Swami, but they don't even have words with each other. I said, what craziness is this? What madness is this? And I said to some of them, who I had the opportunity to say, I said, you know something, if you people start speaking, I bet you Bhagwan will get up and walk. Well, very fortunately, a couple of days after, two of the stalwarts, so to speak, started speaking to each other after a very long time. And believe it or not, Bhagwan on that Sunday went up to the hill where Hanuman's statue is, and he actually placed his both feet on the ground to commence the building of the 1,000 pillar mandir. Bhagwan has said, I have come to protect the structure of the universe, the spiritual structure of the universe. He said this in a discourse. And the sad thing is, we human beings do not clearly or cannot clearly demarcate the manifestation of an avatar. That is why he has to announce himself. What do I mean? I was talking to Professor Venkataraman, and he was telling us, he said Swami used to come and tell them, hey guys, I am God. I am God. I'm not bluffing. This is the truth. I am God. But who would believe it? Who would believe it? Yes, we say, yes, yes, Swami. And as Ajnish Bhai is telling us today, you know what has happened to us? We've taken him for granted. We have taken Bhagwan for granted. And now that he has gotten all our attention, we are shaking. We don't know. We're questioning, is he God? Is he not God? Well, how can we say that he's not? Many years ago, we had an auntie, we call her in the US, Mrs. Cowans. Her husband, Mr. Cowans from California. He died in Perthi when Swami was away at the time. Mrs. Cowans, being a powerful devotee, said, nobody, my husband is not going to be cremated or buried. I will wait till Bhagwan comes back from his mission. Couple days passed. Mr. Cowan was covered with a piece of white sheet cloth in the morgue. Bhagwan came, saw Mrs. Cowan, walked in there and woke up Mr. Cowan, and he lived for many years after. That is one individual who was clinically dead, Swami brought to life. Another instance, Sakha Ma in Perthi. She used to beg Swami, she loved Swami, just like Yashoda Ma would love Krishna. She came to Swami's feet, loved Swami immensely. She said, Bhagwan, promise me one thing. When I am ready to leave, give up this body, could you kindly pour Ganga Jal in my mouth? Swami promised. He said, certainly, Eva Mastu, so shall it be. I will do this for you. You know what happened? Sakhama, family members did not believe in Bhagwan. Swami was away at the time. She was living, I think, in Bokapatnam, because she went to some relatives there, where she passed away. When she passed away, Bhagwan was not there. The family members were saying, look at her. She gave her life to Swami. She loved him so much, and he didn't even honor her. How could he be who he is? Casting aspersions on the character of our Lord. This is what they said. Bhagwan take his nice merry time, came back a day so, dropped into the family, found out that she was covered already with a cloth and ants was walking over the body. He said, where is she? He walked into the room together with family members. He says, Sakama, your Swami is here. She opened her eyes, looked at Bhagwan, and then he took from his fingertips, touched her lips, and Ganga Jal flew in her mouth. She said, Bhagwan, you're here? She looked at Swami so lovingly. He said, you thought I forgot, in front of the family members. Would this Lord ever forget us? Would he ever abandon us? If there's anybody who has failed him, probably it's us, not him. He has never failed us. And I'm not saying that we have failed him. We have yet another chance to do something positively. Bhagwan has come to light the lamp of love in our hearts. He has said it. This is why he has come. But yet still we fight each other. Yet still we fail to realize one thing. He is in our hearts. He loves us. Last year, of this family, my wife, my son and myself, we had the greatest fortune because Bhagwan spoke to each one of us individually and blessed us, and we got Padnamaskara. And today I'm sitting and thinking, oh Swami, is this the last? Is this the last time this has happened? Are you going to leave us? Your mission hasn't finished for us. I still need change. I still need to be that person that I'm supposed to be for you, for your sake. Are you abandoning us? No, devotees. Swami can never abandon us. Is he the body? Not at all. Vamevamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. This is what he has said. That eternal Atma which resides in all beings is part of my being. We are all part of him. And this is what he has come to do over and over, to rekindle this lamp, this light within us, so that we'll know who we are. But we continue to walk along, to trot along, to drag along. So Ajni's Bhai said, this is a wake-up call. This is a serious wake-up call. Wake up for all of us. Everybody is afraid. Nobody knows what is going to happen. I called a meeting as a council member and a regional president of the United States. I called a very big meeting last week, Saturday. And I invited all the members as much as I can from the different states to come. And we discussed several things. And one of the topics I chose, which they were scared about, is some of the what-if scenario. What if Bhagwan decides to leave us? What will you do? As a regional officer, I had to do something. Because I want officers to be able to be equipped with the answers, with the knowledge, how to communicate to devotees who would not know what to do if Bhagwan decides to leave us. The response was at first very frightening, but I talked to them. I said, don't be fooled. He's not the body. Yes, we knew God, or we knew of God before we knew Swami, some of us. We know that when we sit in our house and we pray to him, he's not physically present, but we still pray to that God who lives in Parti. And the irony of the whole thing, he said, where am I? Mana mandir mein. In the heart, this is where he resides. I've said over and over, it will be a waste of human birth if we, all of us, do not experience that loving Lord within the confines of our heart in this life. What a waste of human birth it would be. But are we preparing ourselves? Are we ready for that? Devotees, I've been asked just to speak for 10 minutes. I'm sure 10 minutes is practically up. But let me end by saying a few words. Swami loves us dearly. And whatever he does is for us, for our benefit. And don't look at Swami as being hospitalized and walk around with glum faces and feel that you've lost, that your God failed you or anything. Not at all. Be happy. Be fortunate. You are fortunate to know him, to at least hear something about him. Read his books. As I keep telling, I told my friend in there, I said, if you want to know about Swami, if you want to feel close to Swami, take the favorite book that you love, the one which touched you the most, go back and read it. Go back and read it. Read about his greatness. Read about the book written by Hislop, the book written by Howard Murphy, the premier devotees of Bhagwan. Right? Read these books, because instead of going on the internet and looking at 20 different sites, which is going to confuse you with bogus information, read the books. Take time off in your prayer room, in your shrine. Sit peacefully, quietly, and return to Swami. Keep him in your heart. And love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never. Devotees, Swami loves us all. And I trust you, and I tell you this, he will never abandon us. Jai Sai Ram.